hun, you can be calling out so many of the other girls for repetition. I was like, I think you could let this one slide underneath the carpet.
By the way, you look stunning. Did I do it right? Did I get your voice right?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Never a bad angle, because I'm stunning.
Was Drag Race everything you imagined?
Yes, and more. Drag Race was so cool. It was, you know what? I didn't really set too many expectations because I was really focused on, you know, what I was bringing to the competition, you know, being level-headed, being present. So everything that happened kind of like took me by surprise, and I feel like I just took day by day. So I wasn't disappointed at all, and like I was just blown away because it was such a wicked experience.
This is my week to take a challenge and prove myself.
Himbo is here.
That's right, girls. Take it in.
Do you feel like you got to show the entire spectrum of Gia Metric? Because you seem like you do everything.
Thank you. You know what? I think I did, and I think that's what I'm most proud about. Is, you know, for me, Drag Race is going into the competition with what you're good at and with your package, but
Right.
That's only there to help you get to the top, and the rest is about taking chances and challenging yourself. And I feel like I had so much nerve in the competition, and I feel like I committed to everything that I did, which like you said, I feel like I succeeded at mostly everything except for the roast, which I will not be going on any roasting tours. Let's just say that.
I mean, there's room for improvement, so it could get better.
Exactly, you know, and like, I think, and that's actually the lesson that I learned in the competition for drag and life. You know, it's just that you can, if you're taking chances and if you're putting yourself in vulnerable situations where it is a challenge, like sometimes you don't succeed, and that's okay, you know? So yeah, it was a cool lesson.
The cameras are pointed in her direction. She says no photos. Everyone drops their camera and they all start drooling.
But you also kind of messed up at the first challenge, which was a design challenge. You did get to redeem yourself, however, because that garment you made for the makeover, I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, this is amazing. Very high concept, fashion forward. Like, did you practice sewing before coming to the competition?
Yeah, so yeah, I practiced sewing. I made a garment for myself. It was a one-legged catsuit, which we saw a piece of in the first episode. And but I got familiar and comfortable with the sewing machine. And as the competition went on, if I mailed you the outfit that I made episode 1, you could check all the seams and they were perfect. It just didn't meet the criteria, okay?
Right.
So, but as we got further into the competition, my mindset was like, you know what, I have no choice but to make something wicked. And so first I made that that beautiful house coat for Sloth in the ball. And then by the time I got to the makeover challenge, I was like, well, I'm obviously a designer.
You know,
I have
what?
no choice but to be a friggin' designer right now.
Yeah, you really were. And I will admit that you kind of surprised me, and I didn't know what to expect, because the first showing on the show is the design challenge, and you made that cat suit. I was like, well, it's hemmed. There's a hem, there's a stitch everywhere. But it was not the caliber of like aesthetic that you really give. Mm-hmm. Every other episode since then, I was like, where's episode 1 Gia? Because this is not her.
Yeah,
that was not representative of what Gia is.
No, and you know what? And I think that's what they saw as well. You know, and it's just that I remember being in that moment, and I had a different plan, but Drag Race kind of slapped me in the face, and I panicked and I did something safe. You know, and that's what ended me up in the bottom, is because I didn't take a chance. And that week I learned such a valuable lesson that brought me all the way to the top, which was to, number one, take chances, but also to listen, you know? And like, I feel like I'm so protective of my drag, and, you know, I always want to be authentically me, and I always want it to be Gia. And I had to remember in the competition that, you know, something is being asked of me, so I must present what's being asked of me and then sprinkle some Gia on top.
Right, I love that. I think Bianca Del Rio said it way back on her season, like, don't not be you, but just make sure whatever you are, it fits into what they're asking for. Just,
exactly.
As you said, sprinkle a little bit of what they want. I want to ask you about your favorite challenge that you've been a part of, because you pretty much were there the entire time. You got to experience everything. What was your favorite challenge?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I honestly don't think I can pick one.
Okay.
I think like I loved the girl group challenge because I won and because I got to work with those like incredible performers, and I think that was like the first time that we had a group setting where it was, you know, everyone kind of contributing into something successful. One challenge that I surprised myself was the snatch game.
Oh, yes. I
was so scared about the snatch game, and when I got in there, I just let loose, and I was like, oh, yo, I had the time of my life filming Snatch Game.
All right, so y'all ready to snatch up with the stars?
Let's get this energy started!
Like, it was just so much fun. And then another one of the challenges was the makeover challenge, which was just, you know, so beautiful and heartfelt as we saw on the screen.
To be honest, it is my favorite makeover challenge across all the Drag Race franchises. It was just so well done. And I personally was getting a little tired of the family resemblance bit. So I like that you guys were just trying to make over these people to be the best versions of themselves, or the draggiest versions of themselves, you know?
Of course.
And
and it was just awesome to hear their stories, and to, again, for myself and all of the other girls to be in a position of, you know, being a cool mom to them and to like take them to prom. It was just so cute. I loved it.
That was cute. Speaking of like makeovers and fashion, I want to know, because you did have a lot of good fashion moments on the show. What was your favorite on the runway? Because I have my favorite of yours.
My favorite of myself?
Yeah.
I'm usually not one to choose favorites.
But it's fun to do so.
It is, yeah. Okay. I'm going to say, I have to like try to remember them all. I'm gonna say two, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna say two. So the most conceptualized one, which I absolutely love and I'm so proud of, is my mold dress for Good Girl Gone Bad.
That was stunning.
Oh, sorry. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Sorry, someone tried to call me. So yeah, so the mold dress was awesome. And then my other favorite one would be the guitar.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I love that. But the thing is, I thought the same thing Brad thought. Is like, this would be so impactful, but we saw the one leg before.
I know. But you know what? That's just like, that's being like nitpicky. Come on, girls. That was 5 episodes before. Let's kick in that short-term memory, okay? Like,
you're right. It's not as if it was like a Vanjie moment where everything was a red bodysuit.
No.
So it wasn't that bad.
And that's like, and again, watching it back, I'm just like, hun, you can be calling out so many of the other girls for repetition. I was like, I think you could let this one slide underneath the carpet, you know? What was your favorite?
My favorite was your Mike Myers.
Oh my gosh, cool, thank you.
Because I love that. I love his shows, and when I saw that, I was like, I love this. It's so well done. The wig to the tip of the shoe, I loved everything about it.
Oh, thank you. That was like a special one for me, because it was kind of like, I felt like my other runways were quite like camp and eccentric, and that was kind of like my high fashion runway moment, and the fact that I was playing like homage to like a male actor, so I got to make it like androgynous and lean into like being non-binary. So cool. I'm really glad you loved that, because that was a cool week for me.
I am Queen Gia, this sexy, robotic, artificial intelligence, like runway model.
What about your sisters? If you were to pick one outfit that touched the runway this entire season that's not yours, that you're like, that one, that's the one. I love this. I wish probably I wore this. Who would it be?
Oh, I would say definitely, I mean, Pythia's double-headed circus was just like, she really hit that one out of the park.
I don't even know what kind of sorcery that was, because it looked identical. At one point, if she didn't blink, I wouldn't know which head was real.
Imagine being there in person. It was like, it was so realistic. It was so trippy, but at the same time, it was so beautiful and inventive. And the fact, I think the most impressive part was how she pulled it off.
Yeah.
You know, because having that idea, I think, is like one thing, but like to actually pull it off and execute it the way that she did, I think that's where it kind of elevated. So I loved that one, and then I loved Adriana's like let her eat cake. Yeah. That was just so stunning.
You girls really did step it up for season 2, because everyone was serving looks. Everyone.
Are you fucking kidding me? Got it. Oh my God.
You came into the competition with 2 automatic built-in best friends. The Brat Pack. I love to see it. Like, what was it like for you having them throughout the entire competition? Because Cynthia didn't go home very quickly, and you had Kendall up until the end. Was it a really big sense of emotional support for you? Like, what was that like?
Oh yeah, it's like, it was so wicked, and it was something that you didn't even dream of, because, you know, when you think of Drag Race, it's about an individual. It's about, you know, you pack your own suitcase, you bring what you bring, and it's a solo ride. So to show up and to have my sisters there, like you said, it was comforting to have family there, have someone to hold your hand and like a shoulder to cry on if you needed it. And it was like, it just brought this comfortable feeling to the competition. But saying that, I also did, you know, put a lot of effort into, you know, making sure that I still stood out as an individual, and that I still did my own thing and made my own mark, just so that we weren't seen as only a group, but that I was still a shining star of my own.
I love that. I could see you throughout the competition making a conscious effort to do so, like not picking them all the time to be in the same team with you, and all of that. That was smart, because then it would just be like, oh, the Brat Pack, not Gia, Kendall, and Cynthia.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Did you find it, I wouldn't say easy, did you get a chance to become really close to any of the other girls on the cast, because you already have these friends with you, but who are the closest girls to you right now, would you say, outside of your close friends?
I would say outside of Kendall and Cynthia, I would be like, probably my favorite girlfriend, or my best girlfriend, is Adriana.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, we got to work together week 5, the girl group challenge for the Kitty Girls. Yeah. And it was just this moment where she spoke up and was just like, hey, like, what was the reason, you know, that I was picked last? And the fact that I was in her group and, you know, she joined my team, I got to see her working hard. I got to see all her skills within, you know, writing, recording, choreographing, performing. So I really got to experience the full Adriana package.
She's an amazing queen.
So, oh my God, just so talented. And we literally text every week, you know, just checking on each other. We've done the premiere together. We're doing the finale together in Montreal.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, so she's my close sis.
No. Oh. Don't tear up, baby. Don't tear up. Don't tear up.
Gia Metric, you are one fierce queen. No matter what shape you take, you'll always break the mold.
Yes, I will, honey.
Speaking of like finale, that's next week. You unfortunately left the competition on the reunion episode, but you were I know, sad, but you were performing last night. What was it like to be there with your fans and the supporters watching yourself for the last time on the show?
It was tough, to be honest. It was it really brings back the emotion that was felt in that moment, and it was I knew it was coming. And I think that was the hardest part, is as we're watching, I'm sitting on stage. I had my mom there, which was so cute, as well as a full room of, the audience. And I found myself choking up as we got closer because I knew what was happening. And yeah, so it was a little tough to watch, that girl be so devastated on stage. But by the end of the night, I was surrounded by love. I was able to perform and let my emotions out. And, I keep saying that it was the end of me on TV, but, the beginning of, me being on this platform.
For sure. I will tell you this. Watching that one tear fall from your eye, I almost lost it, because I could feel through the TV that this meant everything to you and you really wanted it. But yeah, you're an amazing star. One thing I'm not worried about is you just having an amazing career, because that's inevitable.
I'm getting emotional as we were talking about that. A good subject change, yeah.
To be here is a dream come true, and this is not the last of me.
Oh no. We love you. We love you.
Before we go, I want to play this game with you that I play with everyone. It's Shag, Marry, Kill, entire cast. Go. Who would you want to shag? Because a lot of people want to shag you.
Oh my god, I thought you said shat, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, you want me to do what? Oh my gosh, I was like, how dare you?
No. Well, okay, I mean, some people are into that, but...
Yeah. No shaming here, no shaming.
Yeah.
Okay, who do I want to shag from the cast?
Right.
Oh gosh. I mean, you know what? Friends have great sex, so I'd probably shag Adriana.
Okay, who do you marry?
Who would I marry? I think I'd marry Suki.
A lot of people want to marry Suki. Okay.
Yeah.
Who are we killing?
Who are we killing? Oh gosh. I feel like just to go along with the storyline, I've got to kill Eve.
It makes a lot of sense.
It does, and it's like, I unfollowed her on Instagram, which means that I basically want to kill her, so it just goes hand in hand.
I mean, it is what it is. I thank you so much. Hey beautiful humans, you've made it this far in this video. Why not subscribe to my Patreon? You can sign up for exclusive content I don't post on YouTube, or support me making content for this channel. Speaking of, why don't you watch another video?